Hello everybody, my name is HKvalhe from Norway and I am going to talk about the Amiga, the alternative computer platform. Back in its glorious days in the 80s, the Amiga was the first and the most famous multimedia system around the whole world. In 1987, the Amiga 500 was introduced for the first time to the home market by Commodore. It was based on special custom chips to deal with graphics and audio, leaving the main CPU to work with more important tasks. Because there were no graphics cards and audio cards, they had to make special custom chips integrated to the motherboard. The Amiga provided a unique but flexible, small, compact operating system known as Amiga OS. It provides unique features that were 10 years ahead of any PC and Macintosh at that time. Things like preemptive multitasking based on tripods. Depending on how much memory you had in the system, you could run several tasks at once with no slowdown. It was even possible to display several small video sequences with no slowdown. In terms of graphics, the Amiga provides a unique technique called hold and modify, HAM. Instead of using a 12-byte color palette to display 4096 colors, you could display the same amount of colors in only 6-byte mode. It was brilliant for painters and people who were working with picture editing. When talking about audio, the Amiga was the first to provide sample technology based on 8-byte 4-channel quality. There was even a special music program called Octamed, which was using up to 8 channels of audio. It was using both the CPU and the sound chip to work together, providing 8 channels of audio. It was simple, brilliant. And that made the Amiga so unique, so famous, and the perfect home computer system. People were wild, and at that time the Amiga was seen as some kind of a religion, a subculture. But with all things had to move on. Unfortunately, in 1994, Commodore went bankrupt and the Amiga was left behind, but not dead. Small companies had to buy the Amiga. And today, we have a whole new generation of Amiga, simply called Amiga OS 4.1. It has been developed by a Belgian company called Hyperion Entertainment Group, while the new Amiga Inc. owns the right to the Amiga. The Amiga OS 4.1 is the first Amiga system to no longer be tied to the hardware. Based on PowerPC CPU architecture, it's using the same architecture as Macintosh was using back in the 90s before they turned to x86. You can buy any motherboards, CPU cards based on PowerPC, memory cards, graphics cards, audio cards, USB cards, Ethernet cards, all possible cards. And Amiga OS 4.1 will support all that. You can even buy a printer or a camera and plug it right in, and the operating system will recognize all that. There are no reason to abandon the Amiga. You can use the Amiga at the same way as you are using a PC. if you want to surf on the net, like Facebook or eBay and something like that, you can use a browser called Oregon Web Browser, OWB. You want MSN? Use Subway MSN, the Amiga version of Microsoft's own messenger. You want to talk with people through Internet Reply Chat or IRC? Use WikiChat. You want to work with pictures? Use Photogenic and other similar graphics programs. You can play games. You can create music with programs like Med Sound Studio, Pro Trackers, and all different music programs. You can play DVDs with a media player like DV Player and other similar programs. You can play MP3. You can do a lot. You can do everything on the Amiga as you can do on the PC. If you hate using Windows with the fact that if one program locks itself up, the whole system locks up, you get angry and frustrated and you say, damn, I hate this PC, I am leaving. But on the Amiga you don't have to do that. You can shut down the program that created the error and still be using the whole system. And on the Amiga you can do something you can't do on the PC. You can turn on and off the Amiga by pressing the power button, and you will have no problem. You can't do that on the PC. You have to go by the starter menu and click on the program to shut down the whole computer, and then you have to wait. On the Amiga you don't have to do that. If you want to buy the Amiga, take a look on special Amiga sites. And if you don't believe that the Amiga is still alive, check YouTube and you will find many videos which prove the Amiga is still alive even today. I am considering going back to the Amiga myself. So if you are like me, buy the Amiga, try it, use it, and I promise you will love it. But I think we have been spoken enough about the Amiga. So check on the net for more information. And if you have questions, ask. But that's all for now. There will be more later on. So I say, good evening everybody, and have a nice time. And I see you the next time. Peace everybody. Goodbye.